Hey there everyone, it's Housing Holly, giving you the 211 lowdown on fair housing and what that really means in today's society. The topic of the day is challenges deaf individuals face when seeking housing. Discrimination is still prevalent within our community. However, it is not as overt as when Dr. King was around. It is still occurring all over the world. Individuals are more subtle, less likely to announce on the rooftops their discriminatory preferences. One large community of individuals who suffer greatly in their search for housing is the deaf community. Deaf individuals are contributing members of society who work for a living and have to overcome many obstacles to be treated the same as everyone else. They struggle with many barriers in their attempts to gain access to rental housing. Our organization has seen firsthand the many issues they face in an effort to secure a home. I don't know if you are aware, but as technology increases, so does the methods of communications for the deaf community. Most individuals are aware of the TTY, right? Yet TTY is now a thing of the past. It is similar to that of an old flip phone. Who uses that anymore? Many people are unaware that most individuals in the deaf community use VRS. VRS stands for Video Relay Service. This service allows a deaf individual to connect via webcam and use American Sign Language to communicate with operators or other deaf individuals. This allows for deaf individuals to have easy access to communicating with the hearing world and their friends and family. This service is amazing because it allows for the deaf individuals to place calls to housing providers with the use of a translator. The number one culprit of discrimination that deaf families face is hang-ups. In a study our organization conducted to determine the extent of discrimination deaf individuals face on their search for housing, most housing providers mistake the VRS for a sales call or another type of solicitation. Nevertheless, these individuals are calling anywhere between 5 to 10 times before they can get a person to answer the phone instead of hanging up. How frustrating do you think that this is? Deaf individuals have a different language, a different method of communication, and also don't always have the ability to just show up at an apartment or make a phone call to see if it's available. This makes it difficult in their search of rental housing. They often have to settle for less desirable units because they do not have the ability to get in contact with housing providers because of their language differences. If you are a housing provider, I ask that you make sure the next time you answer a call and think that it's a sales call, double check to make sure an operator is not contacting you on behalf of a deaf individual. Another barrier that deaf families face in their search for rental housing is assumptions housing providers make in connection to them being deaf. In one particular instance, we had a housing provider ask if the deaf individual had the ability to walk upstairs. In what way does being deaf also constitute being physically disabled? It does not. Do not make assumptions about a particular individual based on their inability to hear. Most deaf individuals feel as though they are a part of a community, a culture, and they share their culture with many individuals just like them. They do not consider nor appreciate being labeled as disabled. They are part of a community of individuals who share a different language. Be careful on making assumptions about the deaf community and appreciate that they have made it this far in this hearing world. Click the link below for more information on fair housing. Subscribe to my channel and look out for upcoming videos. If you want to ask me a question, shoot me an email at housingholly@gmail.com. Housing Holly out.